So this one is about Ethan, a college sophomore, who is struggling with his German studies and feels overwhelmed by the language's complex grammar and vocabulary, and the really long words, I suppose. With his midterm approaching...
Verbs at the end.
Yeah, it's complicated. With his midterm approaching, his anxiety intensified, worrying about potential failure and disappointing his parents even. Despite being a diligent student, Ethan doubted his ability to master German, which transformed what was once an exciting challenge into a source of stress and self-doubt.
Okay. So the challenge here is mastering German, pretty clear. And I guess it's within, like, say, a few days before the midterm.
Good luck with that.
So again, we have the idea that challenge plus X equals easy. What can he add to this equation to make it easy? And then you solve for X. Just from like learning theory, we know that if you're thinking of a skill, active, painful recall is the best way to learn anything. That it has to hurt to recall things. And so you quiz yourself. So you're making sure you never do any kind of passive reading and expect that to do anything, like just rereading your notes, rereading the textbook. As much as you can, you try to make it active, painful recall. And then you do it again and again and again until it gets easier and easier. And then you start spacing it a bit. But he doesn't have a whole lot of time for spacing. But it's still, so there might be another skill, which is prioritizing. So just break down, this is actually the ideal of order, but you set priorities, like an order of priority. You break it down into smaller parts so that you tackle the most important first, or your biggest deficit area. You tackle that first. And then you go to the next one, and then to the next one, and you might go back to the first one with this active, painful recall. Having the sense that learning a language is not about a trait. It's a winnable game. You just have to learn to play the game. And the game is getting the language into your memory. So seeing it like that this is something that you can win at if you practice the right skill sets, that makes it changes your whole prediction. So it's not just predicting that it's going to be a grind until you force yourself across the finish line of the midterm. Because that negative prediction will likely be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if you expect it to be a grind, you're not innovating. You're not solving for X to find out what would make this easier. You're not practicing skills. And for anything you want to learn, you can always be, it's not that hard to find what is a skill that would make this easier? Or what's a skill that people who are much better at this than me, what do they seem to have? You can talk to other people.